Hey Run Junkies, welcome to Runners Without Limits TV. Often as new runners, we start out with the motivation to do something good for ourselves, make healthy choices, and maybe just try to push ourselves to do a thing we've never done before. And then reality sets in. We discover that running is hard, harder than we thought it would be. It's not always fun, and frankly, we question our choices, don't we? Look, the honeymoon is over and motivation to keep going starts to flag, but today I'm going to tell you how to stick with it, even when it gets tough. Today, let's talk about staying motivated to keep running. Now, maybe you're brand new to the sport of running and endurance, or maybe you took some time off of running and are getting back into it. Now, the dirty little secret about running is that even for seasoned veterans, it's tough sometimes. It takes a long time to develop the habit and the mental fortitude to gain momentum. And the longer you stick with it, the easier it gets to lace up and get out the door. You've probably heard about setting SMART goals. These are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant to you, and time-bound. Look, there are whole articles written about this, but in a nutshell, there's a difference between saying, hey, I think I want to run a 5K, and I want to finish this race on this date by doing X, Y, and Z every week. See what I mean? Goal setting is the start of your relationship with running, and the more detailed you can get about setting those goals, the more attainable they're going to be. Another tip is to plan your workout like you would an important meeting or appointment, especially if you're just starting out. When you treat your runs and workouts with the same importance as a doctor's visit, the more likely it is you will get it done. Scheduling your runs just 3 days a week for 30 minutes is a great step toward developing the habit. Also, I wouldn't worry so much about miles or minutes per workout, but rather how many days a week you showed up. There will be days where you just don't want to, but you have an appointment to keep. So start with a mile or 10 minutes, just start somewhere. I personally like to use the 10-minute rule. Get out and keep going for 10 minutes in a straight line, and if I'm not feeling it, then I turn around and head back home. Bam, that's a 20-minute session. Consistently showing up, even when you don't feel like it, trains your brain to overcome the mental barriers. Another way you might gain some consistency is to join a running group. Check your local running store or neighborhood fitness center and ask if there is a time and a place that they meet for a short run. Introduce yourself and be completely honest that you're new to this, you're new to running. You might be surprised how you will be welcomed by other runners who want to share their knowledge and experience with you. Joining a running group is also a great way to develop some accountability and make some friends who will become invested in your success as an athlete. Putting a race on the calendar is one of the best ways to set those SMART goals and stay consistent. When you know you have an event on the horizon, on the plan, you might find yourself more invested in keeping those running dates with yourself. Races don't always have to be in person either, because maybe there aren't any races in your neighborhood right now, or maybe you aren't quite ready to put yourself out there in a crowd of runners, and that's okay. There are a lot of great virtual options out there, even still, and I'll leave a few of my favorites in the description. Virtual events are a great way to keep yourself motivated, to keep going when you have a goal in mind. Once you've done all of that, set your goals, made running a priority, gotten consistent, and accomplished what you set out to do, it's time to celebrate your victory. Engage in some self-care. Personally, I like a good massage or a pedicure. Let yourself sleep in. Take an extra rest day. Maybe even indulge in a fun running accessory that you want to try out when you set your next goal. The fact is, you've done it. You've kept up your motivation even when it got tough. The bottom line is that no matter how long you have been a runner, there are always going to be times when it's just hard, when you don't want to lace up. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't make you any less of a runner. But when we show up consistently, we find that doing so becomes easier. My question for you today is this: how have you kept up your motivation when running gets tough? Please leave thoughts, questions, comments, and suggestions for future videos in the comments below. please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. That's gonna do it for me today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Until then, remember, you have no limits. Happy running.